Rob, you know that you are literally stealing my baby. And you are literally stealing my baby. And I will kill you if you hurt her.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love.
So give Mama a hug.
Give Mama a hug. Y'all, fight me on this. You can't convince me that's not bag of chips in drag. In like drag. That is bag of chips.
I did say that it was a Saunders and French character, or it doesn't feel. It does feel like someone doing. It like feels like an English improv actor.
I'm telling
doing a character, like doing deep character work.
It's Bagga. You can't convince me otherwise.
That's our new timer.
You heard a beep, y'all. We're back.
But we're
in person.
This is reality gaze.
This is reality gaze.
I still need to stop screaming.
I almost said 90 days, but we don't say that word anymore. Yes, I'm Maddie,
Hello.
and that's Poodle, and we're together
2024.
again. Here, let's high five with our feet. Woo! That's for everybody on the intimate portrait.
Does this look dark?
No, I turned the lights all the way up. Don't
Why
come
does
at
it feel
me.
like it's dark?
Christina will fix it in post.
Okay.
Anyway, if you're watching Intimate Portrait,
My feet are cold.
You're sitting right here. You're sitting right here, and Poodle,
I'm just towing your ear.
like on fucking Saltburn,
Saltburn.
whatever it's called.
We're having a Saltburn corner on the second show because you have watched it.
I have watched it.
You've watched it.
I've watched it. I've done a lot of things. I've watched it. I took my Enneagram test. Not for you, but for my nephew. We're going to talk about that today.
I've been talking about it for 5 years.
But I don't love you with all of my heart like I do my nephew.
That was brutal.
I do love you.
I don't even love you a bit.
I know. And my Enneagram test said you wouldn't. So, and also Poodle's going to be talking about some hometown stories.
Yes.
So not the show that I love, which is coming back this week, but of South Carolina. And
I know why
Poodle.
you don't have to watch anything. You're watching just HGTV trash.
I'm not right now. Also, HGTV is a part of Discovery Network, which gives us preview of shows, and we love HGTV.
Whatever. My resolution in 2024 is to care less about most things.
Well, I love that. No, seriously, I love that. And it's kind of saying something because you already care pretty less about. Well, no, there's some things you care so much about.
I care a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm going to care less about more things.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And more people. I'm going to care less about more people.
I'm kind of doing that myself. It
just sounds like a negative resolution, but it's actually a positive resolution for me.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people could learn from that. So this was a fine episode of 90 Day, y'all. It wasn't anything like The Single Life.
Season 10, episode 12. In Sickness and in Health. No, The Single Life had a bonkers episode this week.
We're recording this. We say this week. We're recording this weekend. We're recording this on January 4th. So the week that behind that it was bonkers. So I don't know what's going to happen.
It aired on January 1st. Was there? So y'all,
all horses were running.
Natalie, Chantel.
Chantel wearing that dress with no panties.
Miss Debbie.
And Tyree. Oh, Tyree.
There is a crushing sadness that goes along with just watching Tyree on my screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all, I'm going to put in cough drops for her because I'm much better, but just...
I'm going to have to get my Uggs. My feet are cold. It's chilly in Los Angeles.
It's cold for us.
Which means it's
bright and sunny. And
upper
and
50s.
It's bright and sunny, and it's like 55.
And I refuse to feel my heat.
Anyway, so your misophonia people, I'll be sucking on a
that was
cough
correct.
drop.
Misophonia.
Good.
You can actually put a small one right here, and you can't even tell I have a cough drop in.
What you know what? You would be the expert of having things in your mouth.
Because your braces probably clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack.
If you haven't listened to our Single Life episode, I've been inundated with just a single rose gift and the word 9. You shady motherfuckers.
I will say, if you don't normally listen to the Single Life episodes, listen for just the story of Adolfo.
Oh boy, it's the first 10 minutes.
The Viennese lover.
You mother shady fuckers.
I loved it.
Well,
it was one of your best stories because it involved you being humiliated.
Yeah, which is your favorite? It is your favorite. Anyway.
Complete abject embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only good thing about when I am humiliated now, I go, it'll be a good story on the podcast.
Yeah. It's like when my mother says a horrible thing and does something.
Instead of crying in the corner, you go, I can turn this.
That's why you go home. That's why you come home, just to get more stories to tell about us.
Still want to do that show in Charlotte, or you changed your mind about that one?
I talked about.
Not that we are. We just talked about it, but y'all.
I talked about if we would have one if she wanted to go, and she's like, "What? Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be embarrassing?"
No, you know what you say.
For me, yeah.
You should say, no, I think you'll have fun. Matt's mom went.
Oh,
that's all you have to say. She'll go.
I don't think I'd be able to be as dirty if my mother was there.
You do what you want to do. If you don't want her to, if you would rather her not. My mother doesn't care. Again, she asked me the ins and out of gay sex when I was home.
But it kind of backfired on her because she didn't really want to know that much.
I say it, and then she just kind of goes, It just sits there in it. Tour dates, y'all. We are hoping will be at the end of January.
Stop messaging us.
People are going, when are they?
I promise, y'all. I promise we will have them out for January. You can.
No, you can't promise that because we're waiting on somebody that we have a new relationship with,
True.
And we don't know if they're going to. So we are hoping by the end of January.
You can stone me in a pillory.
Yes.
If we don't. Also, we have a new timer. Some people said, and I think this is correct.
I agree.
Some people said, Timey, the new Timey, and the old Timey worked very hard for you.
They did.
And he deserves to be the first of his name.
We agree.
I'm not sure of
his
pronouns.
We don't know.
Their pronouns.
It's he.
I think that it needs to have, the new timer needs to have its own identity.
I agree.
So we're going to have kind of a contest on Instagram. We're going to show you the picture.
Caitlin, we're going to do that, by the way.
Telling
you now, Caitlin.
We're spitballing it and we're announcing it now. So get on that. Needs to be done tomorrow. Hey, at least you're not working for the Obsessed Network.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Could be worse. Go to Reality Gaze Podcast Instagram. Put in the comments what you think the name of Timey should be, and if Poodle deems something worthy enough,
if I decide all the choices are bad,
then he'll just do it himself.
I'll just name the timer.
He'll just do it
something
himself.
Really bad.
Yes.
Anyway, you.
Oh, I want to say shout out to my friend Damona Hoffman. I've been on her show a couple of times, her podcast. Damona you probably seen her. She's a dating expert.
On the Drew Barrymore show.
Drew Barrymore show. She does stuff. She's OkCupid. She's got a really interesting background because she used to be a casting director. So she worked in casting forever. And so looking at photos and all this, and then through that, friends just said, it was in the day when online dating started, and friends just started asking her, hey, you're really good at this. Can you help me? And then that evolved until now, like she works, like she's the expert for Match.com. Like she's a certified dating expert.
Maybe she could find you someone.
When I start dating, no, she's already told me. When I'm ready to start dating, she's setting up, she's doing it all for me.
Or I could do it.
Nope, not you. If I want to get,
can you imagine?
if I want to get fucked like a Greyhound bus on its way uphill, I'll have you do that on my Grindr profile. But if I'm looking for love, it's going to be Damona.
I'll set you up with some very, very eligible septuagenarians.
Yeah, it'll be great.
A lot of my cast offs.
You're already terrible.
Little to no liver spots, I promise.
You don't give me all the information. Like I went with a 4 in Vienna, and then you told me I can't go lower than a 5.
You can't go lower than a 5. Well,
you're the one that told me to go low.
Here's the problem.
It's your fault.
You decided to poodle internationally on your very first time.
Well,
and
you
that's
didn't give
your fault.
You didn't give me any guidance. I was like a buoy at sea.
Poodling internationally is a lot harder.
Speaking of sea, right? By the way, our sissies in California, we are our home state, or not our home, our heart state, because California is your heart in South Carolina.
No.
Mine's in California. Anyway, we are, for our sissies, because I know we have a lot of sissies on the coast that are dealing, some of messaged us
up north.
So we're just sending our love and our thoughts to you, and hopefully things are calming down soon. But anyway, Damona Hoffman, her book is called F the Fairy Tale. Fuck the Fairy Tale.
I love that.
I gotta say, I went to her book opening last night and I read the first chapter. Y'all, this is not a dating book about men are from Mars. This is not about binaries. This is not about rules. Like, God, you have to do this and that.
Ooh, I love that.
It's a book that if you read it, it will make you a better person in the midst of possibly making you a better dater as well.
Glad you're not overselling it.
No, I really love it. I mean, spoiler, our Damona is a good friend of mine. So anyway, we're working on a collab with her in February. So anyway, go check that out. I just wanted to shout her out for
what
that.
What would Damona say to Natalie?
I know. Oh boy,
y'all! Natalie is back and nuttier than ever.
And her mother is,
Natalie's mother is now here in the U.S. Boy, all of our questions about why Natalie is the way she is
makes sense.
It is a special joy watching Natalie's mother emotionally destroy her.
Oh, it's wonderful. They live in Los Angeles now.
Yeah.
What if we ran into her at like Ralph's?
I think they're probably like the South Bay or something.
Maybe, but I think Endgame's going to be West Hollywood for them.
There's no way they can afford that.
Well, Endgame. Well, yeah, and she's not going to return.
When I am in the movies.
Okay, we talked about that, and then all of you have seen the Capote and Swans trailer. We have seen it. We know all about it. If for you OG sissies, we covered a season of Feud. Betty and Joan. We covered that back in the day. You can go. We will not be covering. We honestly said we would love to do this, but we don't have time.
No,
but it looks delectable.
It's so good. It looked the I would say Google Capote versus the Swans.
It's going to be on FX.
Yes, FX and Hulu, because
I think January 31st or end of January,
something like that. It looks really good. Diane Lane, Callista Flockhart, Demi Moore.
I love Demi Moore.
Chloe Sevigny, Naomi Watts.
Chloe Sevigny got out.
Molly Ringwald.
Chloe Sevigny got out of the car, and I thought it was Drew Droege dressed as Chloe Sevigny.
Y'all, you can be guaranteed there will be corners.
Yeah, there will be corners.
Yeah.
So,
it'll take the place of Gilded Age for me. Although nothing will ever take that place.
That's true. And y'all, we surprised you, didn't we? Did we get you?
You got a surprise. Surprised by Curious of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's finale that we have not recorded yet.
No.
But we're recording it tomorrow. I still have to catch up.
You do.
I still have to watch this episode. You've watched it without any spoilers. Describe this episode.
The only thing I want to describe you, actually not the episode, but how I felt when watching it.
This is the finale of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Definitely one of the top 3 best reality episodes I've ever seen, period.
What are the others?
Well, I was going to say it gave me the same feeling of when what's his name hit what's her name in the real world?
Steven hit Eileen.
Like that.
Wow.
And the other in my top
Slapped
three
her.
would
Oh,
be
my God.
when we found out Maria was real.
Wow.
Like that's the reaction I had to this
the
episode.
internet, Twitter, Instagram, everyone is losing their fucking minds.
Yeah. It's Poodle's so upset because it's the only time I've ever watched something before him, and he has the worst FOMO
Y'all,
right now.
it's really bad.
And I'm like,
I'm
fine. Just
crawling
watch
out of my skin. And I tried to watch them all last night. Also, you all know about how I need to be informed, and like I've only watched like the first 6 episodes, and I was going to binge them all when it was over, but I can't now.
No.
So I'm going to have to probably watch the last 4 or 5 tonight. And then because we're recording it on Friday. But yeah, that dropped on Friday.
You can
only hear it if you are a subscriber to the RG Plus $5 tier. So
it is the Bi-Curious for December.
It is the Bi-Curious for December. Even though it aired in January, I broke all my rules.
We broke all the rules.
Y'all, that episode has been probably the most talked about thing since Scandal.
Oh, for sure.
So
100%.
we're definitely. And I was just saying, I can't believe Scandal actually happened in 2023. I can't believe that the sequence of events, when you think about that happening, that doesn't happen in reality TV anymore.
Well, it started 2024. It's starting with a bang. Happy New Year, by the way, to everyone.
Happy New Year.
I think that's it. Are we done? Can we jump into it?
Are we done?
No, not are we done? Are we ready? Are you ready?
So y'all look out for the Instagram post about our new timer.
Thanks, Caitlin.
And come name him.
Come name timer.
And because we thought about Timey too, but that's
that
just not
lazy.
fair.
It was
it's
lazy.
not fair.
It was lazy.
It's not fair to the original Timey.
No.
And it's not fair to the second timer that has to live up to that legacy.
I agree with it. Keep talking. I'm just looking for my black honey. Oh, there it is.
Oh, you're looking for your thing.
My black honey.
Season 10, episode 12, In Sickness and in Health.
In sickness and in health. Did we drop the single life? I don't think we did. The single life, the first video, did we drop for everybody on the RG Plus tier? Because we normally do that.
We didn't video it.
Oh, single life we don't video. Never mind. Yeah. You're right. Sorry. I hear. Cut that out, Christina.
I love talking about podcast internal stuff.
It's great. Thank God for Christina.
Rob and Sophie.
Boy, when she called him a killjoy, I went, that is what he is. He is a killjoy.
Claire, Sophie's mother, Claire, her just disgust for Rob is so apparent.
Pretty obvious.
That's why he hates her, y'all.
He does, but it's just, Rob is just, I just feel like he always tries the least.
There's a combination of that and the entitlement that he should be commended for everything that he's doing. He should be commended for the life that he's living. He should be commended for the way he is living with no bathroom, a bathroom on the hall, because, I lived all over the place and I'm getting on my feet and blah, blah, blah. So we should commend him for it.
I guarantee you he can't hold down a real job because a quote real job would interfere with his creative and artistic
100%.
things, and he feels like he should just be able to do that from the get-go.
One of the most, I think, that we've had, he's like, by no means is he the kind of evil people that we've had before.
He's not evil.
I just think an energy vampire.
Yep.
And someone who he has to always be the most superior person in the room. No one's worked as hard as he has. And
he's actually never, I would say, probably never worked a hard day in his life.
Well, that's all relative for people. I think he thinks he's above it.
Yeah.
And he walks through this world really thinking that look how hard I've worked for myself. Look what I've done. And and the thing about this is, yes, you can do that and be proud of what you've done. But y'all, this guy expects everyone to compliment him on it.
Yes.
Consistently.
And just praise him for breathing. And being pretty.
And for him, every time he starts to feel bad in his relationship, like if Sophie comes at him with a criticism, he can't even tolerate it.
Because he's actually so wretchedly insecure.
Yes. Horrifically insecure.
Yeah. He showed us who he was when he did that proposal dance at the airport. Literally, he showed people show you who they are, believe them at the beginning, and he on the first episode showed us. And that dance is a metaphor for his life's work.
And every time when he says something, and if she says something, he will shame her into and make himself the victim again.
Yep.
Because that's where he loves to be.
Because he is I wouldn't say but there's a lot of narcissistic qualities in him.
Yeah. He lacks the kind of the dark part of narcissism more than a lot of them do.
I don't think he's like you said, I don't think he wants to I don't think he wants to do anything I don't think he wants to hurt Sophie intentionally. Mm-hmm. But he continues to hurt her unintentionally. Yeah. Speaking of, they're fighting, and the fight is what he says to, he basically says to her, "You're making me sound like a dog. I don't have a," and then, so again, making her feel like shit for his reaction. Now, when he does this, he said, I will, that was a vulnerability when he said, "It makes me feel like I'm not enough when you talk about being bisexual, and if we bring up a partner, it's something I'd want to do together." Because we talked about that. She is the one who flew off the handle about that.
Yeah.
He was right about that.
Later on, they are making dinner in the apartment, and
that Sudafed kicked in.
He's like, "Look, you couldn't do this in a big old kitchen. You could," and she goes, "What? Sit down." That's the thing. There's this. It is that see how humbly we live. This is great, right? You're now getting used to it.
He acts like they're the boxcar children, and he's trying to tell them, "Look, children, how wonderful this is. She's a fucking adult. She can see it's a fucking dump. You're not going to convince her otherwise."
Yeah, but Claire is landing. A Dawn French character come to life, and Rob says, "Well, you know what? In certain situations, she doesn't know when to shut up." And Claire's like, Sophie's like, "What? That's rude. I wouldn't say. What if I said that about your mom?" He's like, "What? Well, that's not the same kind of." Anyway,
have you met his mother?
No,
I would like to.
No. Oh. She's spoiled him horrifically.
We need to meet his parents.
Yeah, I agree.
Does he have a relationship with his dad?
I don't know. Remember, he's from Kansas. It doesn't fit the narrative of everything he's trying to sell.
I guess. Yeah,
it doesn't fit. All of everything he is curated, especially for television. Not as hard as Jabri was, but his whole backstory will never jive with it.
I actually, the more and more, I think he is very little like Jabri. I think Jabri is at least an entertainer.
I agree with you.
Jabri knows what performance is. Jabri actually has charm.
Yeah.
Jabri can be fun, and he's really funny. We hated that their storyline was so fake and so navel gazing.
Yeah.
But Jabri's but Jabri's a funny guy. I hated his mother, but Rob has no joy about him.
He can't even be a big enough personality to be a douche.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like he's so wet blanket because even when they're gonna go before they even go see her mom. Oh wait, this is the morning after when they come up.
Every woman needs to date one of these awful men early. Hopefully not for a very long time. Like the first guy you meet when you're in a big city, which she's in her early 20s. So you can remember what it's like.
We forget how young she is because she wears too much makeup.
Yeah. Have you seen her new pics?
I know her hair's dark.
She did say
better.
She went back to her natural hair. And
I think she stopped maybe trying to lighten her skin as well.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Well, I'm excited to see her on the tell-all.
Yeah. I don't know if that's happened. Because I think maybe they filmed...
Oh, she's going to want a new look for the tell-all.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, y'all, Claire shows up. That's when we have, you're literally stealing my baby. I'll kill you if you hurt her.
But here's the deal. Yes, there's maybe some truth behind it, but they talk about it later. Y'all, this is 100% British humor. It's like, you're always kind of picking and razzing one another. But Rob has no idea of how to come back with that.
It's not even that. It's that he gets offended and won't even laugh at it.
No.
She's like, I made lots of mistakes. Things were like dropping out of my bag.
What? Laugh at it. He's
can't.
just staring there like a fucking Ewok. I don't know why I said an Ewok.
I don't know.
They would make way more.
And I liked when she said, she's like, Mom says, I've never been married. No one's ever asked.
No one's ever asked.
I think she's exactly what we need. I hope she stays a while.
Please.
Because we need energy.
Be here
in
for the
this
rest
story.
of the season. And also, too, really what is sad about both of them, they both have no idea who they are. Rob and Sophie both.
Yeah.
They have no idea what
And Rob
their idea.
should because he's 32.
He should because he's older, yeah. And he's a straight man. And a gorgeous. Yes, he's half black, half white, and he had to deal with race. But still, as gorgeous as you are, the privilege that you still have in the world as a cis heterosexual gorgeous man, he should have an inkling of who he is. And she is younger, so we can give her a pass. But not even do they not know who they are, but they're both so broken, like about who they are and insecure.
I don't even think neither have experienced enough to be broken.
And Sophie can't stand up for herself.
No.
So she's having her mom say everything that she wants to say.
I think Sophie would be much better on a show where she was encouraged to be a woohoo girl.
Which she's got an OnlyFans, right?
Yeah. She
could.
did an OnlyFans before.
Oh, before.
But it does seem like she would be much more fun in a group setting, like a Love Island setting, than engaged to a man who is just a dark cloud. And because I think we could see some fun with her in a group setting with people in one of those, like took a Too Hot to Handle. She'd be a perfect person on that.
At least Grumpy Bear had jokes. Rob's got nothing. Care Bears, Grumpy Bear.
Oh, Grumpy Bear! I thought that was like what name?
My favorite Care Bear.
Grumpy was your favorite?
I love Grumpy.
Why was Grumpy your favorite?
Because he was funny. He was the funny one that would tell jokes.
I don't think I remember their personalities.
Oh, I was really into Care Bears.
I think I liked Bedtime Bear.
It's okay. Because you just wanted to sleep?
I don't know.
I didn't know. Yeah.
I don't remember their personalities.
But I didn't like Sunshine Bear was always like, hi! I was like, no.
Fuck off.
Grumpy Bear was like, yeah, I guess I'll have to. It was funny, yeah.
I don't remember any of their personalities.
Oh, I loved the Care Bear movie. I was a fan. I watched it all the time.
Why did I
care a lot?
Why did I
care a lot.
Why did I block that out?
I don't know. We have our things. You enjoyed. I knew nothing about Strawberry Shortcake, and you were
No, the Rainbow Bright
or the
movie.
Rainbow. I knew nothing about Rainbow Bright, and you were a fan.
Oh, that movie I watched a lot.
Mattel needs to make that movie.
Live action?
Yes, Greta Gerwig, do Rainbow Bright.
Who would star as Rainbow Bright?
I don't know. Maybe Siwa Jowa or whatever her name is.
T-Swift!
T Swift. I was going to say Jowa Siwa. What's her name?
JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa.
That's not a bad choice.
No, she wears her hair like that all the time.
That's not a bad choice at all.
I think it could be good. And Rainbow Bright would be. She's queer. So because y'all Rainbow Bright, she's called Rainbow Bright. She can't be straight. Of course, Mattel's not going to let one of their big dolls be.
Yeah.
Moving
on.
Figured that out.
So. Y'all,
yes. So can I talk about? She talks about planning the wedding, and she's like, "So it was something ballroom, something blue." She's trying to have fun with this, and Rob's like, "Well, it's a small wedding." Like again, even Eeyore is funnier.
Right. And the thing is, they haven't planned anything.
They haven't planned anything because he's just thinking, money, money. I'm so insecure. Nothing can make me look like a failure. That is what he wakes up.
Yeah.
His main thought is, what will not make me look like a failure?
And
I'm a failure.
He feels
that way.
In his mind, he thinks he's a failure.
And this is what I don't get. Poodle, the way he looks. How long would it take for him to get a bartending or a server job in Los Angeles?
Not long at all.
Like in a week.
He thinks he's above it.
He thinks he's above it.
Yeah. Isn't that a weird a confluence of things of crippling insecurity, but also your ego thinks you're above everything else, which means it's paralyzing, and there's nothing he can actually do. His last job, I don't know. He may still be working. He was working in the cannabis industry, like he worked at a weed shop.
Okay,
yeah. That was where someone said on Reddit said that she worked with him, and he was just like, he's kind of like how he was in the show.
Was he high at least?
I think that was part of it, but I don't even think he's a fun stoner.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think Sophie's probably ever had an orgasm.
No. So y'all, Claire is visiting the house, and the outdoor bathroom does not impress her.
No, that don't impress me much. And it just her. I actually think, because Rob's the one that escalated this, I got to say she actually could have gone in way harder on
I
this.
agree.
I honestly thought she was a peach about it.
Yeah.
Because you see it's all over her face, and she's going, oh my God. Because she actually kind of says, she's like, it's like a man cave. She's like, it feels very man cave, but I don't know if it's great for both you and Sophie. She didn't say anything about it being like poor or not having a bathroom in the main facility.
The question that really got his goat that she says is, well, why, if you knew she was coming, didn't you put any money away?
Well, I've been spending all this, and I've done everything, and I've done everything.
So, question.
If you're living in that, and if you're working, you should be able to save money. Because
That's why you live in a place like that.
There is no way he's paying more than $1,000 a month, which in Los Angeles is nothing for rent. Nothing.
Maybe $1,300.
In a town where if he was a server, he could make between like $3,500.
No,
$4,000 a month.
That is a place that you move into because you have no money and you're needing to save money.
Yes. So save money.
Yeah. But he said, "Yo, we had to spend money." So are we to surmise that Sophie gets no money from her mother, even though she had that great apartment?
Sophie's rich.
Yes. Well, what it feels like is that she doesn't get a lot of money from that family, but she was raised in that lifestyle. But still, we saw her apartment look before.
Yeah.
We
saw where she stayed when she broke up with him, which was crazy nice.
Are we to assume that she has no money and he has no money, So how are things working? There's so many things missing in this story.
Well, because it smells of fraudacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, y'all, he blows up and leaves.
I got zero help. Zero help. You don't know. You don't know. Y'all, Rob.
You've never been at the bottom. Neither have you.
We've been to the bottom.
Yeah. Started from the bottom. Now on the bottom.
Now on the bottom. This man has the biggest chip on his shoulder, and it's always going to be him against the world. Always.
And it's a boring story. That's the worst part of it. He's hot, but God, you talk to him for 5 minutes, and you'd like, boy, not even the hotness isn't working.
I wish I could say this wasn't common, but how many hot guys have you talked to in West Hollywood at like Fiesta Cantina that used to, like if you're talking to their friend who's like somebody you would actually be interested in, but their friend is like gorgeous model guy, it's like they try to talk to you.
Yeah.
Or like if the guy you're going to hook up with.
They never had to get a personality.
And it's just like.
Hot. If you're really, really hot, especially men are able to walk through the, straight men especially. Straight men walk through the world living the unexamined life. A lot of them, especially the hot ones. That you never have to get a personality. You never develop one. Yeah.
Whereas Gino's got a lot of personality.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Y'all, let's talk about Jasmine and Gino.
Help me with the parrots. They are so heavy.
Trigger warning for
birds.
People with birds. Although I'm not as scared as parrots. Because their beaks are curved, so they don't look like they're going to come at you and poke you out.
No, sweetie, those are even more dangerous.
Nope.
They can dig into your flesh.
Nope. I don't see it that way. I know they're for cracking nuts, not people's eyes.
No,
I'm not hearing.
That's to chew their prey.
No, because there's a large parrot population in Los Angeles, so I'm not hearing this. Did you know that actually? Read an article about it in LA Times today.
I'm really worried for the second show when the Sudafed kicks more in because your eyes are literally in your socket going ding 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 ding.
Christina, can you do like boop, boop, boop?
Oh, like Pong in your eye sockets.
But Jasmine says, "Marry me. Will you marry me if I lose an eye, Gino?"
This is the thing. They are both so fucking weird.
Wonderfully weird.
It really, you kind of understand why it works. Jasmine's a beautiful woman, but she's weird.
She's weird and
really broken.
But I gotta say, we'll talk about it later. So they go to do salsa dancing lessons. I guarantee you, Gino called around and said, "I need a man and a woman teaching." He made sure that a woman wasn't going to be touching him.
Yeah.
This was the type of salsa class they needed to take.
It was smart.
And he actually does pretty good, and they have a good time. And then the next morning, they're out and about, and they're taking selfies.
I wrote down, he dances like, remember how the Italians stomp grapes?
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
That's what Gino looks like dancing.
Like Lucy in that.
Lucy in that episode, yes. Mm-hmm. So yes, they are sending videos to FIANCÉ, and he says he's dreaming of coming here. And Gino said, "Well, I'd like to had the chance to be a father figure. I'd like to have a child of my own." And at that point, Jasmine just goes, "Ooh."
She's like, "Gino," and so I'll be honest. I thought, she's going to talk about she doesn't want to do that to her body again.
Yeah.
I assumed that was the reason why she was upset at this. I did
not
expect...
This came out of nowhere.
This came out of nowhere, and it just honestly makes me love her more. But anyway, go ahead.
I was shocked to hear, and she said, "I'm scared to have children." And she said, "I've never told Gino this." And she said, "I love my kids, but one of the hardest things was to accept my youngest son's diagnosis." And I don't know if this has ever been talked about on the show before.
No.
And then she said, "What if we have a kid and he also has special needs?" Because JC, her other son, she says, has special needs.
He doesn't have any verbal language.
And it does seem like she used the term later on. What if we go to a restaurant and he's not behaving like a neurotypical kid? So she uses the term neurotypical. I don't know if it's on the ASD spectrum or...
Well, I bet from being a teacher and probably through an education, you're getting well versed. But that and having a child, if I know Jasmine, she's probably very well versed in this.
But it's so interesting. We've never heard discussion of this before.
Never. And it honestly, y'all, it makes me. I know some people get over but some people are done seeing them. We love seeing them because they get it. But also, it made me appreciate her more. I went, oh. So I think she wanted to marry Gino for love anyway. She loves him, but she wants to go to the U.S. But she wants to do this show because she wants to support her kid.
Yeah, and this is not the Larissa model of not talking to your children.
No.
And she does say she tells Gino, I don't know if I have the strength. Because what if she even says, and in Jasmine's language of shame, what if I gave you a neurodivergent kid?
Because she says, I feel like with JC being neurodivergent, I feel like it's my fault. That broke me because that is not
very
her fault
familiar
at
though
all.
for a lot of people.
And I just wrote, I really hope Jasmine is gone or is going to individual therapy.
I could see her doing it.
I really hope so. Ugh.
I think it's now time. First of all,
What are we talking about first?
your Enneagram.
You want to do that? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'll tell the story, and you can end with your Enneagram.
Okay.
So, Mother Poodle behaved pretty well.
All right. May I get a cough drop, or will that distract you?
You can.
Okay.
Just unwrap it quietly, please.
Would you like one?
No. So, my sister-in-law's father had a back surgery, and so there was a lot of kind of back and forth. It was kind of stressful because it was kind of not botched, but it didn't go very well.
Oh no!
And so he was going to have another surgery, and so my sister-in-law was kind of stressed at that, and her mom was pulled in all directions. So it was a little bit of a kind of a
hard candy Christmas.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and so I was trying to take all the temperature down by like cooking all the meals.
Because your mother
doing
felt like it was
everything.
her responsibility. Everything was going wrong,
Yes.
even though it has nothing to do with her.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
just
correct.
checking. Okay.
And my
So
mother,
you didn't get rest at all?
No, I worked the entire.
Okay.
I worked the entire break.
Okay.
Yeah. And my mother, my mother had gotten some stuff from Amazon, and she had it didn't come in the same package, and she's like, well, I guess one of the boys isn't going to get anything. And I said, I can actually go. I'm going to Greenville today. I can pick up something for the toy store to give them. It's like, well, and this it's what we always go through with my mother is I try to help her solve her problems, but she has to negate every one of them because she needs to feel bad. Yeah. And I'm trying to make her not feel as bad. Mm-hmm. And she can't and she's like, well, I guess Christmas will be what it'll be. And so then I have her iPad and I'm doing it and I'm kind of putting on. She's like, let me see what you're doing, and she gets the iPad like Andre did to Libby's phone.
Oh, she didn't get. She snatched it.
She snatched it from me.
Oh, that would have set me off.
Y'all know, don't rip anything out of my hands.
No, you do not like that.
I went, don't do that. And I said, you have been so negative. And I just went, and I felt myself going off. I'm like, all this shit going on. Everything I'm trying to do is to keep you from having a meltdown. And she just looked at me like this. And then, like,
y'all, my mouth is open.
I went off. And I was just like, and I was like shaking. I was so angry. And
your heart.
And then my mom's like, okay, well, sorry you feel that way. And she walks into the kitchen, and I hear her quietly say, Merry Christmas. to no one at all. Merry Christmas. It was like something out of a Lifetime movie.
I feel like this
or a
needs to be-
Tracy Let's
Yes,
Play.
this needs to be filmed with a blue filter.
Yes, very
God.
Clint Eastwood blue filter. Yeah.
Wow.
And I did apologize later, and strangely, I don't remember her apologizing. But
what are you gonna do?
You know.
What are you gonna do?
But it was so cinematic. Merry Christmas. And I guarantee your hands were up in the air.
That's
too.
probably-
Merry Christmas. Every year it's a Merry Christmas here. And I put together the tree. Oh, did I show you the tree?
I saw the video. Yeah, it was very pretty.
Because my mother has decided that she prefers trees that are done in 1 to 2 to maybe 3 colors.
Okay.
And
Of lights.
No, of ornaments. The lights can be colored.
Okay.
But so she's like, so you need to put because she said, I'm not going to do a tree. I'm just too tired. It's been a lot with all this going on. And I said, okay. And then she's like, she's like, I've decided I want a tree.
Okay.
The next day. So I hung the big red balls, and she's like, red and white. That's what we're going to do. And also you can add like the Snoopy ornaments that I have, but nothing else.
Okay.
And so then she's like, well, maybe the birds here. And so she starts putting more on it. And then she's like, do you want the kids to help you? And I said, absolutely not, because they're awful. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't.
And she's like, that's probably a good idea. So we got it done, and Mom was like, this is the most beautiful tree, and kind of like tries to half cry. Come at me if your mother goes and lets her voice break. It's like, it's a beautiful tree.
But is she?
No, it's all acting.
All acting.
It's all acting. It's just a slight tear. Yep. It's very Darcy.
She was in People magazine last week for her wedding.
Good for her.
Good for Darcy.
Anyway, that was the big moment. And I've told the story about the Alexa.
Yes, which Sissy's enjoyed.
All right, what's your Enneagram?
Okay.
I thought it was either 2 or 9. I think if you're honest with yourself, you're a 2. If you're not, you're a 9.
I mean, again, none of this was earth shattering to me. It was like, okay, yeah, I already know this. Got it. So that's nothing.
How about you not run the Enneagram system into the ground as you talk about it? How about that?
Well, nothing was really, I don't know. Nothing really just was like, I don't know. It was fine. But there was some funny. I did that. I also redid my Myers-Briggs. What am I?
As we say, Enneagram is gay Myers-Briggs.
Yes, and that if you want to know, I'm an ENFJ /A. So
I'm
extrovert. Intuitive.
I think I'm an IN.
Yeah, you're an I.
J.
For sure.
IN something. I can't remember. I can never remember.
Okay, so my Enneagram, I paid $30 for this test, so I hope it was worth it.
You can do it for free.
Well, you didn't tell me this. You gave me no direction. You just told me to do it, and I didn't listen to you. And then my nephew told me to do it, and I did it. Okay.
You asshole.
Shocker. I mean, I'm Enneagram 2, the helper.
Yes! Yes!
But you act like you did. Again, it's like you deduce something that was no mystery to begin with. We've talked about this before, and I've already said, yeah, I'm a 2. You described what a 2 was, and I was like, I'm that. So no surprise. You know what? I'm sorry. You want to feel that? You were right.
No,
Poodle. That's what you were right.
I just think they're good. They're good tools to make you maybe realize something about yourself and how you work with other people. That is what the Enneagram system is best for.
Well, so my test results actually, I was, which makes sense. I was.
Do you have a wing?
I'm gonna get
wing.
there. I'm
so ready to diagnose
I'm a type
you.
2. It's with a 77% accuracy. But type 2, but my top 3 Enneagram types that match my personality, I was a type 2 and then a 9 and then a 7.
That's what I was thinking, a 9. 7, interesting.
7 is like the excited one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I actually was having dinner with somebody who's yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, 9, 7, and a bit of 5. So only 18% of the world's population is like me. So I feel like there's a lot more codependent people. But
actually, it's not your codependency that makes you a 2.
yes.
It's just crippling.
Okay, so my empathy is like off the charts, like 90% super high. And so, well, no, I'm just telling you.
I'm jerking off.
But my self-confidence is low.
Yeah.
So that's what they said. And then, let's see.
My empathy was actually really high. I just don't act on it. But my empathy.
Yeah, there's something else going on in there.
But no, I just don't always act on it.
Okay, let's try it. I don't know what that means. Okay.
Did you have a wing?
So, my wings are. So my wing is I'm Enneagram 2, and my first wing is 1.
That's what I was
servant.
thinking. I knew it.
And then what is? And then there's another one.
Probably
and then,
3.
And then 3, the hostess.
Yeah.
So, well, it is that way because it
has to be a wing.
Something like that. I don't know.
It
This
actually
so
is
gay.
planned out. It is so gay.
So
Enneagram
fucking
is
gay.
Gay.
Gay,
I
gay,
love
gay,
it.
gay, gay.
I think if you read more about it, you would be fascinated by it. I want to bash your head in.
I did all that. You had to learn all about yourself in grad school. I've done so much psychology shit on myself. I did all this.
Well,
anyway, no, but I understand. But I think it's good for people to do. Actually, I've recommended it to. I think it's good for people that need a good self-help, kind of layman's terms, that haven't done a lot of introspection. I think this is a really good gateway into figuring out yourself, and if you've never done that before.
I think it's just helpful with other people.
Well, I love that.
Did you read when it's like what you are at your best and how you are at your worst?
I haven't read it yet, but yeah, it's in there.
That's all helpful.
No,
because that tells you when you're in distress.
No, it is helpful looking at this, but it's what is it going to say?
What types do you get along with?
No, well, I'm going to read what it says. My relationships are with 4,
which is me.
Actually,
I'm like a 4-3 wing. So yeah, I have.
You only have 1 wing? No, you have 2 wings.
Yeah, I have 5, but it's not a big one. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. It's usually the first sentence says, a 4 and 2. This Enneagram combination makes quite a rare pairing in intimate relationships. And
that's true.
And they usually work better as colleagues or friends.
There you go.
There you go, everybody. But 2, I'm 2's being the rescuers and 4 being the rescued ones. They are sometimes too emotional and demanding, which could be an issue. Even though these emotional issues they have in common allow them to fully understand themselves, they also lay the groundwork for potential conflict since they both need intimacy and quickly hold on to anyone who responds to it.
Yeah.
On one hand, 2s thinks 4s are too moody, unstable, and often driven by their unconscious impulses and desires.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Now this is true though. I mean, and I figured this out on my own, but I think it is super helpful that because I'll be honest, when I first was friends with you, I thought you were selfish. And this says they also see 4s as hypersensitive and selfish. But now I know that's not you at all. But so I think this is super helpful when you're dealing with someone who's and they don't care about as much other people as they care about themselves. But this works. It's so true as well. I think it would have helped you a lot because it said, on the other hand, 4s find 2s too sentimental and artificially optimistic. And they think 2s are dishonest and shifty as to get what they want from people around them. And that makes sense because I would say something to you and I could tell you thought I was lying to you or I had like a secret agenda. Yeah. And I was like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Why is he, I'm a fucking boring. And so I thought that was really cool. So I do agree with you. Like talking with the other enneagrams, it was really,
that's to me the most valuable part of it.
So for them, 2s are secretly needy and emotionally insecure.
Secretly?
And desperate to get other people's approval.
Ding, ding, ding.
So, which they hate. So, but it also recognize that like that's, how we just are paired.
Yeah.
What is it? As a result of their differences, 4s might feel secretly jealous of 2's social life and the aura created around them. They might feel socially inept and overshadowed by their 4's charm. I think that's a typo. 2s might feel socially inept but that doesn't make sense. All of this can increase 4's feeling of abandonment and make 2s feel increasingly unappreciated by their partner. They will both end up considering each other way too emotionally needy and demanding. True. Which they don't think will be able to stand in the long run. So I thought it was very interesting. So I did it. Y'all, you can email me about it and talk about it, but I don't really care.
Two.
There you go.
We're 4s. Everybody, we think everybody else is shitty.
I wonder how many people in the world are 4.
We're gonna say 0.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's a lot or like
no, it's
because I wonder that kind of with our culture now, like if types are different for different ages.
That's a good point. You just have to answer. Part of the problem with the Enneagram is answering the questions, because the questions can be kind of you have to go vulnerable with how you really feel, or you must have to go like what you really feel, or what for 4s anyway. You have to say, well, what people would think I would choose, or what to...
that actually is my problem with this, and even some with Myers-Briggs. Yeah, is that I think there's a false equivalence, and it's just
totally
the way
agree.
People answer, and that's honestly why I don't put a lot of stock in these things sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be so dead honest with you, and you have to go deep. And why am I saying that? Why am I really saying that?
I gave Myers-Briggs tests like in college. We had to do it for people in a way we do it with other classmates, and I would be like, you are not, and I know this about you, and you are answering not honestly at all.
Yeah, that is it. So it's the intention you go into it,
but it is interesting, and so
you can do a free test, by the way, from the Enneagram Institute.
Apparently, you can. I paid $30. I put it on the business card. It's fine.
It's a business expense. God, I'm so afraid to touch this microphone.
I know, because you fucked it up before, but that's okay. But it was fun. Thank you. All right.
Sam and Citra.
She
got a rice cooker.
What's
y'all.
the worst Enneagram to be?
I don't know. I don't know if that's a
what
type.
celebrity is there? And I want to know Enneagram too, because I did the Myers-Briggs, told me Obama and Oprah were my type. I want to know. I got to compare myself to someone.
It'll tell you who.
Oh, this test didn't.
Paid all that money.
I think
nothing.
I did a shit. I think Gary's Enneagram test didn't work.
I think that all of them are. I know 4s are kind of the Scorpios of the Enneagram.
Oh, really?
So yeah. We're the 3s can get a lot of hate too, because they're the perfectionists and the achievers. But yeah, I'm a 4 with a 3 wing. I got the double bagger.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. But each type has when you're at your best. And
they have at your best,
and
at
then
your
when
worst.
you're at your worst. So I think there's no bad signs, kind of like in the zodiac in that way. There are no really bad signs, even though we give
Geminis get a lot of hate.
Geminis
a
lot of
hate.
hate.
Yeah,
you fucking betrayers. Sorry if you're a Gemini. Don't come at me.
Yeah, I do think it. I think it. It did. I actually did think. Not that I'm anywhere near that, but if I ever dated someone, I would want to know.
Yeah.
What they're. Do you know with
I'm
your
dating
gentleman?
an 8.
What's
Yeah.
8 mean?
The administrator, the boss, they like things in specific orders.
Oh,
Yeah, it's tricky.
Is he a Virgo?
Sometimes. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Big Virgo energy.
I love Virgo energy, but my moon's Virgo, so
Yeah. Yeah. Big Virgo energy.
it was fun. Are you happy?
Yes.
It was interesting,
Sam.
and you were right.
There you go. Oh God, that's all I needed to hear. So they're getting married in 12 days. This has been fast.
It's been very fast. So she got a rice cooker. She's happy, but she's like, "There's just fucking potatoes here." I get it. After Vienna, I was sick of potatoes. Vienna, I almost forgot. I got you another gift when I was in Vienna, but I wanted to wait and give it to you on camera.
Oh, I see. Okay, give it to me.
Close your eyes.
I hate this.
Okay. Keep them closed.
Okay. Can I open them now?
Open them.
Oh my God! It's a hat. It's perfect.
It's a little hat, and it clips. I bought it at a little store. This woman made it in Vienna. It reminded me of the Baroness from The Sound of Music.
Oh my God! I love it. Thank you. It's a little small for me.
No, it actually,
but
with the netting though, it looks really good on you.
with my short little French wig.
It's very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is gorgeous.
It was not cheap.
Yeah, maybe not mention that when you give someone something.
No, I'm telling you that
Asshole.
to take care of it. Just don't throw it in a corner.
I'm obsessed.
Well, you can put it on when you take a picture of the new timey for our Instagram and show people.
When you put this in your hair.
Yes. It's very cute.
Someone who's a hat aficionado, tell me how to wear this.
Oh, yeah. Some sissy will know.
It's got a little bow in the front. Is the bow? It's like the netting should go in my face, right? I feel like the netting should go in my face.
Oh, that's cute.
This is exactly what when I need to go to my late husband's funeral.
I thought you could wear it when we go
Who
to
died
the
in
Sound of Music
extreme
sing-along.
circumstances.
Extreme circumstances, yes.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Caitlin and Christina, I got 2 gifts.
Okay.
Sam and Citra. So y'all remember he did not file the paperwork for his kind of deferment or whatever it was for his kind of drug charge because he had his Suboxone, and she's basically been silent after he said, "I might have to go to jail," and then finally she's like, "Well, I've been waiting for 2 years, and I really want to get that green card. I mean, be with you."
Be with you. So
I actually trust her. I actually think because in a weird way, he's making a bigger commitment to join her religion.
he really is.
And
I think she has a pretty good life in Indonesia.
yeah,
I don't think she's not.
yeah. And also, y'all, they really want to fuck, and the only
really
way
wanna
they can fuck is to get married quickly.
Yep.
So that's the other part of this the equation here is they really want to fuck each other, and so they need to go. What are you looking at?
That light actually isn't pointed very good. I think I can point it down better. There we go. There we go.
So y'all, she's making him food, and she's like, "I have a way to punish you for keeping a secret." He's like, "Burn me a new asshole." So apparently, the kink here is she puts so much chilies in his food, and I guarantee you, y'all, this guy thinks Taco Bell mild sauce is too spicy.
100%. 100%. Oh, they used to have that one I loved, the fire roasted one. Oh, that was so good.
All the sauces are too mild. None of them are. If you live in Los Angeles or like hot sauce, all those Taco Bell
I can't
sauces.
really eat it anymore.
I love hot sauce.
No, Taco Bell.
Oh, I can't.
I had it like once, like 6
Destroys
months ago. but it didn't even taste good. I went, why
No,
do I like
no.
this?
The thing is, after the first bite of Taco Bell, you don't want it anymore.
Yeah, you went, this was a grave mistake.
Or you're drunk.
Moving on.
So they're going to go to his mom's house. Dee
Dee and Treba.
Boy.
That
I was shocked by that name. Okay.
It was spelled Trebeah.
She's made beef with like a curry or maybe coconut curry, I think.
Yes.
And he's like, hopefully they just don't say obscene things about Muslims.
Like, what did he say? I wrote it. He said something like, because he says his mother can get kind of crazy. And even on the way there, he's like, there's a reason why I kept the distance from my mother.
Yo, this is all given dope sick vibes. It looks like, I don't know if it was in her family, in her life currently, but it looks like his is not, I'm saying this, his is not the first addiction in this family.
No, and then on top of that, there is true, y'all. They're just, I remember where we're from. There is these people that live their life, that are very just evangelical religious, but are, like he said, kind of don't practice what they preach.
Yeah.
Well, it's everywhere.
So y'all, Dee Dee says, I'm excited about the wedding. Are you having a Muslim ceremony? And then in the moment, they interview her. They're like, there are some things you shouldn't be married to, like witchcraft or...
Like witchcraft or Muslims.
I'd just love to have her serve the same God as I do.
They do. Just so you know. If you actually learned about the religion, they do. They even believe Islamic in Jesus,
Allah,
not the way.
Islamic Allah is the same as the
Islamic,
God.
Christianity, Jews all believe in the same God.
Yeah.
And I think they all think that, is it not
God
Christ,
created the world.
That God, but that
and the God is God. There's one God.
I know they believe in Jesus, but Jesus was a prophet, not Christ.
Yes. Yeah.
And not an entity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, she was like, and I just wanted to say, I bet you've never even sat down or even Googled the tenets of
But
Islam.
it does when she's like, I just wish she served the same God as I do.
You stupid bitch.
But I do wonder if he's going to have to do something he didn't approve of. And if he didn't convert, what would happen?
And the producer says, sounds like you're praying for something different.
Yeah, I think we're trying to create more controversy than there exists here. I think it's going to be plenty. Citra, they're fine.
Oh, well, I think there's going to be plenty of
with
controversy.
The dad, when the dad gets here.
When Sheriff Dad comes and sees that his son-in-law might get arrested. I don't think that's going to go well.
And has a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so dope sick. It is so...
Would you ever get a neck tattoo?
No. I think it would hurt too much.
I get one on the back.
Do you know I had a South Carolina passed laws you can't get neck or face tattoos.
What?
That or a tattoo artist can't do it under law because it'd be harder to get a job that way, or something like that. And I'm like, boy, that's wait, Republican governments. Wait, isn't that restricting freedoms?
Well,
you're all about freedom.
Policing women's bodies internally. Why don't we just police everyone's outside?
I just thought it was ridiculous.
God, what a shitty state.
I know, right?
What a fucking shitty state. I had a fight
with my parents about it, about how
they didn't have a problem with it.
No. They thought my father was basically saying that people with tattoos. And I'm like, I think it's a generational thing. Everyone in their like late 20s, 30s, that whole generation had tattoos. That was just a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my generation was kind of like the last one not to have them. And Gen X, really, a lot of Gen Xers got tattoos.
It was a big deal when our generation started getting tattoos.
Yeah,
in college.
They got the first one. They were kind of the first who weren't.
Remember some jock who got like a barbed wire tattoo?
Yeah,
on his ankle.
So fucking hot.
That's the show.
I went somewhere.
That's the show, everyone. Go to Gary's Enneagram. Get it done. Let us know.
Gary's Enneagram store.
Well, you pay $75.
$75, and he tells you your Enneagram, but it may be wrong.
Okay, so on next episode, we're going to be talking about these hot messes, and then we're also going to be talking about Saltburn.
Saltburn!
Whatever. We're going to be talking about
You
that.
finally watched it.
Yes. It's probably already posted. If you go to our TikTok, Caitlin told me apparently there was 3 parts of the movie that everybody's doing reaction videos to.
And
I haven't seen any of them.
You act like this is a new thing. It's been going on since the movie was released.
I already told you were right about the Enneagram. Let me have this.
Okay.
So you can go see my new idea to do reaction videos on our TikTok. I did all 3 of them. So you can see and I did it as I watched it for the first time.
Do you know all of mine were kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm into it. Even the last one.
Save it.
Even the last one, I was kind of like, yeah, I'd probably do that too.
Save it. All right, everybody.
Because I'm kinky like that.
We call these people lonely. First go to Reality Gaze. Reality Gaze is our TikTok. Go to Reality Gaze Podcast.
Mine
is our
like
Instagram.
This. Yeah.
Reality Gaze Podcast. Reality Gaze Pod on our Twitter.
You licked that
X.
toilet. You licked that tub.
All right, join our Facebook group. It's the Sissy Squad. I think we've highlighted. If you do want to find other sissies to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, we actually have a Bravo Sissy subgroup.
Yep.
So and I believe all those are pinned. Jackie did those.
Jackie penned a lot
Den
of those
Mother
subgroups.
Jackie who keeps our group
and
in charge.
Those are not we do not moderate those.
No.
So
Sober Sissies,
it's the
Bookworm
Wild
Sissies.
West.
We've
Sober
got-
Sissies, Book Pigs.
There's like 20 or something.
There's
now.
more than that now.
There's so many.
And I think we're trying to start in the new year. I think some of we were talking about this is trying to plan some geographical sissies places so we can maybe get some meetups going.
Yeah.
So just people who live in certain areas.
Yeah, that's happening more. And if you do a meetup, please take pictures. If everybody's comfortable, share them to the group. We would love that. We call these people lonely hearts. It's nice to be together.
I know, it was.
We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes, and if you take that Enneagram test and you're a 4, don't call me because I don't believe you.
But I'll help you.
I'm the only one.
I'll help you. Tell me.
It's like me and there's me and a couple other people who I trust to be 4s.
Probably the woman that directed Saltburn that was in the Crown.
Yes, Emerald Burnell, it's 4.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.